What's up, gang? Paul with Stud Pack. Welcome back to the channel. We are over here at Rad's house this morning, and he's got a problem that we think is affecting millions of houses across the country. The fiber company came through and cut his sprinkler line. He contacted them over a month ago. They haven't been here to fix it, so we're going to tackle it today ourselves. And we want to fix it fast with the least amount of digging, fix it cheap by only using one part, and fix it in a way that we don't shut off the internet to the whole neighborhood. Now, these sprinklers come on at 5 a.m. Over at my house, 4:30 a.m. So if there's a leak, we don't see it until we have a hole like this. So all that water was coming out and going down the drain, being wasted. Sorry about all the wasted water, Rad. But the good news for us, all that wasted water was excavating a hole for us, so now we know right where the leak is. Now, Rad's sprinkler system is 3/4 inch PVC pipe, and me, it looks like that's schedule 20. In other words, the schedule is the wall thickness. So schedule 20 is thin. Comparison, this is schedule 40, it's thicker. Now, we are going to use the method that requires the least amount of digging, but maybe at your house, that's not an option. So I can think of probably 6 ways to fix this pipe. Now, we've all seen these in the home centers, right? These are pretty cool. Comes as one piece. You glue it onto one end of the pipe, and then you got to glue it onto the other. These are good for going around a root, around a pipe, something like that. In a straight run, it's a little more difficult because you got to glue one side and then bend that up and try to glue this on the other side. The other option is the 490 method, right? You dig back to where you have good pipe, you put a 90 facing up here, or maybe facing sideways. Then you get another piece of pipe with 2 90s on it and you glue it down onto those. So you're basically making like a U. It's cheap, it's fast, and most landscape guys are gonna have all those fittings on their truck. That's why that's a popular repair. Now, the other repair method is to use a slip coupling. We couldn't find one for you, but this coupling has a stop in it. We've all seen that, right? And it stops the pipe halfway. A slip coupling doesn't have that ridge in there, so the coupling can slide over the pipe. Now, like I said, I couldn't find one to show you, but I've been known to make my own by removing that stop with a file. So the idea is that the slip coupling would go over the pipe like that, you drop it into place and then slide it back over your pipe. It kind of spreads the glue out, makes it too thin in my opinion, so that's not the method we're going to use either. And there are a couple other ways to fix this. You could use shark bite fittings, they're kind of pricey, or you could use what I call a dresser coupling. A plumber's going to call it a compression coupling, and all that requires more digging, which we don't want to do. So the fitting we're going to use requires the least amount of digging, and it's this guy right here. This is a 3/4 inch expandable repair coupling, and here's how it works. 3/4 inch female, 3/4 inch male. I'm going to loosen this nut, take it apart, and you got your 2 O-rings right there for your water seal. So let's put it back together. We're going to push that in, tighten the nut. We're going to get a coupling, put it on that end, boom, and now we just have to remove this amount of pipe from our broken pipe in the ground. We can drop this in, glue it, push everything out, and we are done. And this is all we need right here. Let's get started. First thing I want to do is remove the top layer of sod so we can put it back when we're done. Looks like we were never here. But I also want to be very careful of this fiber line right here, because who knows, there may be some other 60-year-old dude in this neighborhood trying to start a YouTube channel like me, and I don't want to ruin his dream. Hit something. It's about to come out anyway. Oh. 2 lines. The plot thickens. They broke one, but not the other. Dude, how can they break this one and not the one 2 inches away? That's crazy. Oh, there's something there. What do we got? Oh, a T. What? Oh my gosh, right? This is like sprinkler pipe Grand Central right here, dude.
I never could have guessed that.
That's why I'm being so careful with the shovel. Nice, Rad. Whoa, oh my gosh, dude.
Well, I can still use it.
You need a garden tool sponsor, dude.
This thing's had its days. Look at that. All right.
I knew there was a reason I was giving you tools all the time. Guys, a quick break to tell you about Brunt Workwear, our favorite boots and workwear here on the job site and the sponsor of today's video. And I've been buying work boots most of my life, and I'm probably like a lot of you in that I would just buy what's on sale. And after about a year, when they're just broken in, they would get a hole in them and I have to do the whole thing over again. But not with these Brunts. I've been wearing them for years, and look how good they look. These are the Perkins model. They are slip, oil, and heat resistant up to 572 degrees Fahrenheit. And guys, Father's Day is just around the corner. I can't think of a better better gift than a brand new pair of Brunt work boots for your dad. And one of the coolest things about Brunt boots, they are completely affordable. You can buy anything off their website, and if you're not 100% satisfied, just send it back. And of course, Brunt specializes in workwear for all the trades. And a really cool thing, you already know this, Brunt boots are comfortable from day one, no break-in period. If you want to check out a pair, use the link below or go to bruntworkwear.com/studpack. Use the code studpack at checkout and you're going to get $10 off any order of $60 or more. Pretty awesome deal. Thanks so much to Brunt for sponsoring our video and for keeping our feet safe. Let's head back to work. And there you go. Now I know I said minimum amount of digging and we kind of went overboard, but we wanted to show you everything that was going on right here. So we thought this piece of 3/4 was coming down to a 90 and turning towards me to a sprinkler head down by the sidewalk. But there's a T here, so there's a sprinkler head that way, and this is actually a joint. You can see the bell end of this piece of pipe right here, and this was a short piece of pipe, and that shovel or machine, whatever it was, went through 2 thicknesses of the pipe. Right here is the 1 inch for something else, and this, of course, is the fiber. We're ready to make our repair, but first we're going to clean all this with a muck ender towel. This is our product, the best cleaning towel on the market. We will put a link below. Let's clean that pipe, make a repair. Now, as I'm cleaning this pipe, I can see a lot of mud went inside right here, right? So that would clog up a sprinkler. So once we cut this open to make our repair, we'll see how much mud is in there. And even if there's a little bit, we're going to remove that sprinkler head, turn the water on, and blow all that mud out so it doesn't clog up our sprinklers. So we're ready to cut this bad section of pipe out. I'm just going to use this as a guide. I got my Klein cutters. This is schedule 20. I hope it doesn't shatter. We are going to check it out though. Now I need enough pipe here for my fitting to glue onto that. If I cut it there, that would be bad, right? So I'm going to go a little further towards the break. I'm liking that. Yeah, this will be fine. There we go. Since it's been buried, I don't think it's going to be brittle. If it were out in the sunlight, right, it would be brittle. Perfect. Nice. Nice job. Now I'm going to put the fitting in and make my cut over here on the left. I'm just going kind of slow. I don't want to shatter that pipe. There we go. Beautiful, guys. No mud in there. All right, we're going to glue this on, turn the water on, remove that sprinkler, blow out the mud. So I'm using Christie's Red Hot Blue. It's all I had. Any PVC solvent, cement, and primer will work on this. So I'm going to clean the male part of this coupling first and then attach our coupling. We're going to twist and hold. If I don't hold it, it's going to pop off. Can you see it coming out? Got to hold it.
For how long?
The can says 30 seconds, but nobody does that. Maybe like on this small pipe, not even 10. 30 seconds every joint, we'd be here forever. Right, that's all I need. Oh man, I got glue on my Kleins. Mucky to the rescue. Look at that. Beautiful. Sorry, Klein. Now we're going to prime here, here, and inside there. I already did the coupling. All right, guys, ready to install our easy 3/4 inch expandable repair coupling. Remember, I've already got it all primed. Just going to glue everything up. Now with fittings like this, I always wonder about direction of flow. This does not have a specified direction of flow. In other words, there's no arrow on it telling me which way the water goes. So it really doesn't matter. I'm actually going to go this way. So I'm going to push on there, 1/4 turn, push out, 1/4 turn, and just hold everything for a few seconds. We are done. What's up, fiber line? So I guess the reason they bury these so shallow is because they know they're going to hit sprinkler lines, so they just put it shallow. But man, it seems like it'd be in conduit or something, huh? Good? Yeah. Make sure this is tight. Oh, I got a little bit on it. There we go. We'll set that up for a little bit. Go down there, remove that sprinkler head, turn the water on, check it out. While our glue is setting up, let's remove this sprinkler head. We dug around it, but it's one of those tall boys. It easily unscrews, see? I just don't want the dirt falling into the pipe. Let me just unscrew this for you, Jordan. Take a look. Here, I'm gonna get in here like this now, and then any dirt that does fall in right now is just gonna blow out.
Yeah, that's easier than digging around the
Yeah,
plastic and
yeah, it
maybe
is.
breaking it or something.
And even if this is full of water, I can still stab that on and find that and thread this on. All right, guys, we're gonna purge the system of any mud. Let's rock and roll. All right, Rad, he's gonna turn it on manually. There we go. think we fixed it. So that's probably what it looked like at 5 a.m. when the system came on. All right, let's go check for leaks over here. We should be good. Oh, well, there's some water in it. I didn't think the sprinklers were spraying here. Oh, no, look at this. The 1 inch is leaking. See it?
No.
They must have hit it. Oh, no, it's not these two joints. There's a fracture right here in the middle of that barcode. I can just feel it with my thumbnail, and I can see it. Now that I know where to look, I can see it right there. And it's right in line with this other break. So the shovel must have just grazed it and nicked this pipe. That's kind of one of the downsides of Schedule 20, right? It's cheaper, but it is very weak. So we weren't prepared to fix another pipe today, much less 1 inch, so we're gonna catch that one later. All right, guys, we fixed the 3/4 just like we planned to today. Like I said, we'll fix this one later, but now, Rad, you don't have that big water leak, and you're gonna be saving all that money, dude.
Awesome.
Just send it to me. Just zell it to me, bud.
You got it.
Okay, that repair is all done. Super happy with it. If you'd like to see this one, drop us a comment. Maybe we'll come back. So if your like button's been severed by the fiber company, just repair it like we did with an expandable coupling. Then smash it for us. Please subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, always check our video descriptions. We leave lots of good links in there. Tools we used, muck enders, and our merch. Thanks for the support. We'll see you on our next one.